Imagine a world where disobeying your cat could cost you your life, where a meow held more weight than a king's decree, where households didn't just serve cats, they worshipped them. Welcome to ancient Egypt, a civilization so enchanted by cats that they carved them in stone, honored them in temples, and feared offending them more than offending their rulers. Here, cats were gods, and this is their story. Over 4,000 years ago, Egyptians didn't just like cats, they truly believed cats were divine messengers. Enter Bastet, the lion headed goddess who later took on the form of a sleek domestic cat. She was the protector of homes, the goddess of fertility, the guardian of women and children. Bastet wasn't a myth, she was central to daily life. Every cat, they believed, carried a spark of her energy. To harm one wasn't just cruelty, it was sacrilege, an offense not just to nature but to the spiritual order of the world. But this worship wasn't just spiritual, it was practical. Cats were Egypt's first line of defense against chaos. Grain was currency, and rats were its enemy. Cats patrolled homes, farms, and temples, keeping the food supply safe from pests and disease. They also protected households from snakes, including the deadly Egyptian cobra. Cats didn't just look divine, they acted like it. In ancient Egypt, a cat wasn't a pet, it was a furry firewall between survival and starvation. And when a cat passed away, the grief was profound. Families would shave their eyebrows, a visible sign of mourning. It wasn't rare, it was expected. Some cats were embalmed like royalty, placed in ornate coffins, and buried with jewels. Entire cat cemeteries have been discovered, with tens of thousands of mummified felines. There were even temples where cats were raised to be sacred offerings, adopted by the gods themselves. We post our cats on Instagram. Ancient Egyptians built shrines, and it didn't stop at mourning. This reverence was written into law. Killing a cat, even accidentally, was a capital crime. The Greek historian Diodorus Siculus wrote of Roman soldiers being lynched by mobs for harming a cat, even when the pharaoh himself intervened. Egyptian justice didn't turn a blind eye to cats. It turned blind with rage when they were wronged. Because in their society, cats weren't just animals, they were citizens of heaven. In the royal courts, cats lived in luxury. Pharaohs treated them like extensions of the divine. They wore gold pendants, slept on silk, and were fed from royal kitchens. Servants obeyed their whims. Priests chanted in their presence. Some pharaohs were even buried with their cats, believing they'd need their sacred companions in the afterlife. If gods walked among mortals, in Egypt, they walked on four paws. As Egypt's influence spread across the ancient world, so did its sacred cats. Traders, sailors, and diplomats brought cats to Greece, Persia, and beyond, not just as pets, but as living charms of protection. They quickly adapted, becoming symbols of independence, balance, and luck in multiple cultures. In Rome, they were protectors of the hearth. In India, omens of intuition. Cats didn't just travel, they conquered. But then came the darkness. In medieval Europe, the cat's reputation was shattered. Religious fears and rising superstition labeled them as witches' familiars, demonic companions of the dark. Thousands were killed. Ironically, without cats to control the rats, the Black Plague spread faster. Humanity had turned its back on its ancient guardians, and chaos took their place. But cats? Oh, they bounced back. And in the 21st century, they reclaimed their throne. From Nyan cat to grumpy cat, from TikTok dances to YouTube birth therapy, cats didn't just survive, they evolved. They're internet royalty. They own our screens, our hearts, and our feed. The internet didn't make cats famous. Cats made the internet worth watching. Maybe cats never stopped being gods. They just stepped down from the altar and curled up on our couches. They're still watching over us, still guarding our homes from chaos, this time emotional or digital. In every purr, in every paw step, there's a whisper of the divine. They didn't fall from grace, they simply adapted. If this journey surprised you, hit subscribe because next week we're diving into the mysterious genius of crows. And hey, drop your cat's name in the comments. Let's build a digital shrine of legends, one name at a time.